I'm thrilled to announce that I just passed 2,100 subscribers on ClimateAdam, and so to celebrate, I had this wild celebration. But being ClimateAdam, it didn't take long before I started thinking about climate change again, and specifically the number 2,100. What will our world look like in the future? Specifically in the year 2100. Now, in the last episode of ClimateAdam, I spoke about the world that I hope we can create by combating climate change. But what do we actually know about the future? What do we know the world might look like if we do and if we don't manage to halt global warming? I know this question probably sounds incredibly abstract. 2100 is a long way off. By then, I will be 113. No, wait, that can't be right. So I'll be dead. But look, it's not all about me. Just think about a baby who's just been born. On the 1st of January 2100, that baby will be 80 years old. So what is the world we're leaving this baby for their old age? Well, just imagine if in the year 2100, we have done nothing to stop climate change. We've just kept extracting and burning more and more fossil fuels, and the world has got a hell of a lot hotter as a result. That means more extreme weather events, things like droughts, floods, and especially killer heat waves. But it's not just extreme weather that people around the world would be dealing with, it's also sea level rise. Rising seas would be affecting cities and countries around the world, and even if we stopped global warming at this point, we'd already be committed to several more meters of rising seas. We'd also be dealing with water scarcity and an inability to grow food as well as we can now. All of these things together would force many millions of people from their homes. So let's be real, I do not want to put any 80-year-old babies through that. This scenario might sound kind of unrealistic. I mean, surely we will do something about climate change. Surely we'll curb our fossil fuel use at some point. Well, I hope so. But at the moment, this seems to be the path that we're on. Okay, so what's the alternative? Well, the alternative is that the world does what it has agreed needs doing. That means limiting global warming to just 2 or even 1.5 degrees Celsius. In order to do this, in 2100, we need to be emitting no carbon dioxide, and we need to have been doing that for quite some time. But how do we do that? How do you decarbonize an entire planet? First things first, fossil fuel power plants would be out. And in the place of coal and gas, we'd have many more renewables like wind and solar. It doesn't just end with where we get our electricity though. We'd also need to rethink how we get around. We'd need to curb flying, and gas-guzzling vehicles would be out. I mean, even gas-nibbling vehicles would be out. All our vehicles would need to be electric. But speaking of nibbling, we'd have a lot less meat and dairy on our plates. All of this might sound a bit daunting, but these efforts would be seriously worth it. I mean, not only would we avoid all the negatives we spoke about before, but there'd be some serious benefits. For example, to our health, we'd be eating a lot healthier food and breathing a lot cleaner air. It doesn't just end there, of course. It would be great for the natural world, everything from our oceans to our rainforests. And on top of that, we'd be saving many millions of lives and livelihoods. And if you don't care about all of that, well, we'd also be saving a lot of money. So which of these 2100s will it be? Well, I can't answer that. Right now, it's still all to play for. Both of these worlds, and plenty in between, are very much still options. And look, here's the fine print. There are so many things that, of course, we just don't know about the year 2100. I mean, it's still 81 years away. Just imagine asking someone in 1919 what the year 2000 would be like. But I do know this. We can't just wait to see what happens. We all have to work hard to make the year 2100 something that we're excited about. And on that note, do check out my last video, which is all about a world that I am excited about building. And speaking about excited about building something, I have just launched a Patreon. So if you'd like to become a patron and help me make more regular content that reaches more people, that would be incredible. Until next time, bye.